Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about how to make a clay slab mug from a slab of clay. So you should get something about this size from me at the back of the room. And when you are ready to roll out your slab, you're going to place it on your table and you're going to use a rolling pin. These we will have to share, so we might have to take turns and you might be waiting on somebody as they roll out their slab, because I've only got one or two of these in every red box. So to start out, I would go ahead and roll it vertically. And in between every press or every roll that you do with your rolling pin, you want to flip your clay. Why? Is because it gets stuck to the table, because these tables will absorb some of that water. And if you don't roll it every time, little pieces of clay will get stuck on your table and make it more and more difficult for you to roll a perfect slab. So I'm changing sort of the way my clay is facing every time I roll it out. Sometimes I'm doing it vertical, sometimes I'm doing it horizontal. But you want to get basically a nice thin pancake of clay. That's what a slab is. You want to make sure that you're rolling it out evenly every time and flipping it between every press of your rolling pin. I'm changing the direction of where I'm putting my rolling pin. I'm essentially just trying to make this slab of clay bigger than my template that I'm going to use to cut out my slab. You're really going for the size and width of your pinky nail, which is very, very tiny. So I know right now it is way too thick and I need to roll it out quite a bit more. So when you're done rolling out your slab and it's about the size and width of your pinky nail from the edge, you can see, it all has the same width. There's not a fat part over here and a skinny part over here. You're ready to use the template to cut out your slab. So you can pass this roller on to the next person, but you basically just take this template, lie it down flat onto your clay. Notice I have a huge slab because I'm gonna cut out my structure of the mug that goes up. And then I'm also gonna cut out the base from this one piece of slab. Now, if you're lucky and you're working maybe with a partner, you might be able to get 2 slabs from one roll. That might be a really great idea, especially for those of you that are sharing the rolling pins. But what you'll need to find in your clay box is a tool that looks like this. This is called a needle tool because that has a little needle on the top. Some of yours might be made out of wood. And then you're going to use it like a knife to basically cut the edge of your template. Cutting in nice straight lines. Basically like using it like a stencil. So when I take my template off and place it back in my bucket, I have some extra clay on the sides. But I pretty much have what I need to form my coffee mug, or my mug. It doesn't have to be for coffee. And if I wanted to, I can just leave this to the side. If you're one of those people that wants to go ahead and cut another one for their friend, by all means, please do that. It'll save us clay in the end. But now we need to get our soda can ready for rolling. You're going to take a paper towel and just wrap it around your soda can. This is just so the clay doesn't stick. And if you want to be really fancy with it, you can take a piece of tape and tape it so that it doesn't fly away. And then you're going to place your soda can on your slab and gently roll your clay around the can. Now, I used a template, and you guys will be too. So if your slab doesn't quite touch when it rolls around the soda can, it's probably just because the clay is a little thick. It's not a big problem. All you need to do is unroll it, and you can lightly drop it on your table. And I say this very lightly. Essentially what you're doing is stretching out the clay just a tiny bit so that it completely wraps around the soda can. If you do this too much, you're probably gonna rip your clay and you're gonna have to start over. So I can try it with my soda can again. I can wrap it. And there, we have a much better closed soda can. I actually have some overlapping, but I can cut that down a little later. So once we have where you can see the structure of the mug starting to form, you're gonna go ahead and cut out your base as well. So with this slab of clay that you had left over, you want to put your soda can with your slab of clay on it and then just roughly cut out a base. I wouldn't do it too close to the soda can because we're just gonna cut it down once it dries a little bit more. Remove this extra clay. And then that will be my base that we will attach tomorrow to your mug. So you will store your mug just like this with your base on top or on the bottom. Wrap it up, put it in your cubby, and then you might even want to spray it with a touch or two of water so that it stays nice and moist for tomorrow. All of this extra clay somebody else can use at your table, or at the end of class when I call for cleanup, you will just ball it up, put it in the reclaimed clay box so that we can save it for next time. One last thing, before you wrap up your mug to just wait overnight and stiffen up, you do want to take the spray can or the soda can out so that other people can use it. So essentially what you're gonna have is like a hollow slab placed on top of your base, wrapped up and in your cubby.